record. All right. Now, I sent all y'all's emails, so get your email handouts out so you can highlight them. If you do not get your emails, that's another subject. I'm not going to go in that direction right now, but you need to get with the program. It's 2019, unless you just added like yesterday. Did anybody add in the last couple of days? When did you add? Okay, you didn't get it, so you're excused. But you, yesterday. Okay, you didn't get it. Anybody after Sunday? Okay, then most of you got the emails. Okay, I hope you did. If not, just get a piece of notebook paper out and follow along with me. I will record this and put this on YouTube. So therefore, if you miss something, you can go back and get it. Okay, and I'll show you how to get there. So first of all, we're going to go to the handouts. No, first of all, I'm going to put these dates up and these, there we go, these phone numbers. Okay. Mr. Poor, you didn't even have to come to class today. You already got all this stuff down. Okay, you came for support, didn't you? Okay, write those down. That is my phone number, which you're going to see that again. And you're also going to see all that stuff about me. You're going to see that. The Tri-County Tech Help Desk. When do you use the Tri-County Tech Help Desk? Whenever you have issues with Tri-County Tech pages. Meaning banner, which is where you go and it says student and has the tabs up and get connected and all that, that's banner. Okay, what if I can't get on Blackboard? Well, this is hardly ever up, but if you need to get on it and you can't, you need to call them. Okay, I do not use banner. Okay, I'm gonna say that about 5 or 6 times. Somebody will text me from here and say, I can't find your assignments on banner. Will I reply? No, because I've already told you I do not use banner. Okay, everything I use is in MyLabs Plus. Okay, and we'll get to that. Now I have to show you through banner because Tri-County Tech, being the technological savvy college that it is, wants everybody to go through banner to get to MyLabs Plus. Once you do it the first time, I'll show you how to go and get it. Well, I'll do it now since I got all these up here. Let me take my handy dandy. This is the website you go to after you go through banner. Please do not do it before banner. Make sure you go through banner first because Tri-County Tech will have a conniption if you don't. It's www.tctc.mylabsplus.com because banner will go down. And when will it go down? When you need it the most. That's when it's going to go down. How many of you have been here before when banner went down? Anybody? Okay. And it always goes down when? Either on the weekend or it goes down the last week of class or the last week of finals or whenever. That's when it goes down. So this is a backdoor way you can go in if you don't use banner, which I wouldn't suggest, you know, for going to MyLabs Plus. But I'll show you how to go through it the first time so Tri-County can get whatever numbers they want to get off of that, okay? But that's where you go. If you have an issue, now what is an issue? An issue with MyLabs Plus, you'll see in a minute when we go to I'll go there. When you go to Blackboard, you're going to go, I'm trying to find Blackboard, where is it? Say that. Yeah. Y'all are math 120, 12? Are y'all what, 120, 12? Let me look. Y'all are 120, 11. 120, 11. When you go to 120, 11, here's what it looks like. It has nothing on it. Why does it have nothing on it? Because I do not use banner. Second time I've said that. All right. Now, most of y'all are female, so we don't have a problem. How many males? We got 2 males. Okay, so I'm going to have to really say things over and over and over to you, these two, because it takes repetition for guys. Y'all know that, right? Okay. Women, they don't forget anything. Nothing. They may act like they forget something, but they don't. Okay, I'm sorry. I take medication. All right. Right here, MyLabs Plus. You see that right there? This is what Tri-County Tech wants you to do the first time. After you do this, then you can go to the website. So hit My Labs Plus. Now make sure you see what happens on this next. I'm going to hit this, and it's probably not going to go to My Labs Plus. I hope it doesn't, okay? Because I'm going to show you what to do. It's going to go, and it's going to do that. And it's going to keep doing that all night long, okay? It's going to do that, and you're going to freak out, and you're going to call me. No, you're not. Write this down. Up in the top right-hand corner, I want everybody to look where my cursor is right here. Now, you have to strain your eyes, especially the Southern Baptist in the back. You'll need to strain your eyes, all right? There's that red X up in that top-hand corner. It's in the address bar. Look for a red X. Look for a red shield. Look for a red square in a shield. What is a shield? You know those things they hold so you wouldn't get stabbed back in medieval times? It looks like that, okay? If you looked at that, that looks like a shield with a red square in it, okay? Right-click on it. Hit Load Unsafe Scripts. Is this what the poster college, you wouldn't have to go through all this. All right, click Load Unsafe Scripts. You might see another one. Some of you might go on to it depends on your computer configuration. Right click again. And always allow what? Pop-ups. Now, I have been using My Labs Plus. It used to be called My Math Lab, and then it was called Course Compass a long time ago. I've been using it since 1996 to 1998. I was one of the teachers that brought it on to Tri-County Tech's campuses. I've never had anybody say, oh my gosh, my computer got ate up with viruses from My Labs Plus, okay? No, it's a legitimate site. It's a publisher, one of the biggest publishers in the United States, okay? So it's not going to mess up your computer. Hit Done. And it should. Might have to do it twice. Well, it's supposed to go. Let me hit refresh. Hit refresh afterwards. There we go. We're cooking with peanut oil now. There we go. And there is. So, right click, pop-ups, and then hit refresh. That's if you go through. You need to do all that because you need to go through Blackboard, even though I do not use Blackboard. Number 3, okay? Now, after you go through Blackboard, you just erase Blackboard because I don't use Blackboard. You take it out like that, and you go over here, and you type in tctc.mylabsplus.com, and here it'll ask for your username and password. Your username for me would be McClure because my email address at Tri-County Tech is hmcclure@tctc.edu. Okay? Your password, if you've never changed your password at Tri-County Tech, is your T number. Capital T, 000, blah, 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 blah. If you've changed your password at Tri-County Technical College to Donald Duck, then you need to type in Donald Duck. If the first one don't work, try the second one. If the second one don't work, try the first one. If both of them don't work, that's when you need to call the, I don't know, probably My Labs Plus, but try both of them because now they're intertwined because we set up all that for you. So call the help desk for both, okay? Because I can't help you with that, all right? You have to call the help desk. But most of the time, if you can get into registration, that means your username and password works. It will work on here, okay? Mine is my T number because I've never changed it, okay? So here y'all are, and we'll talk about this later. 1/20/11, there it is, Tuesday and Thursday at 5:40. Those of you that don't know what military time looks like, that's 5:40. All right, I'm going to click on that. We're coming back to this later. All right, so this is one of the, there's 3 or 4 things you need to do for homework after tonight. One of them is to go through Blackboard, even though I don't use Blackboard. To go through Blackboard, hit the My Labs Plus and get on My Labs Plus. After you do it through Blackboard, then you can just go to the website, okay? That's one of the things. All right, so I'm going to get rid of that for right now, and we're going back to the email, and I want to go over the handouts. Okay, there's one thing I do want to bring up. This is my locator card. I'm going to send it out to you, but I'm still revising it because, like I said, this class wasn't on here Friday, okay? I wasn't teaching a night class until Friday. So there, I've added that class, and I will send this out, but I'll send it out probably at the end of this week or something like that. Okay, but that's that. You'll get one of these that'll tell you when I'm here. It doesn't matter because most people can get in touch with me by cell phone or they can Skype me, one of the two. So it's not really like I have to sit in my office. Again, we got teachers that sit in their office all day long. I can't do that, all right? I've got cows to take care of, pigs to take care of. I've got children to take care of before DSS takes them away from me. Okay? I've got all that to take care of. I have a life outside of Tri-County Tech. I'm not going to sit here and wait for somebody to call me. Okay? And it's just a concept that these teachers, they can't get out. You leave at 3 or 4 o'clock? Yeah, because there's nothing to do. I mean, I'm not going to make busy work for myself. Anyway, when you see how I do things, and the only person in here that's had me before is you. Anybody else had me before? Okay. Well, he can tell you. The way I do my class, you send your questions via Ask My Instructor. You send them to me, and I go over them the first 10, 15 minutes of class. So my office hours are in the what? Classroom. I don't do the hard copy test because that's T-Rex, okay? And that takes up 8 days. If I checked your homework, that'd take up another 2 days. What could I be doing those 10 days? Teaching. So I take those 10 days and I teach. And I take your Ask My Instructor questions and you send them to me and I go over those. So why do you need to come by my office? You don't. And it's such a concept. But I figure by the year 2050, Tri-County Tech will have this, Polycom set up right, and the teachers will be videotaping their classes, or no, I'm sorry, not videotaping, be recording their classes and putting them on YouTube. I figure in 2050, maybe. Okay? And they'll leave the posters behind. Okay, I'll send this out to y'all probably by the end of the week. It's not really a big deal. Like I said, y'all can call me and we'll get into that in just a second also. Okay, so let's go, and we're going to go here, and let's go to Math 120. Math 120, and I'll pull up the PM class. It doesn't matter. Here is a little bit about myself. Now, a lot of people say, well, you're conceited. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm conceited. I do this because I want everybody to know about me. No, I do it for 2 reasons. One, the main reason is the information is highlighted right there. Okay? The main reason I do it is for the information to get in contact with me. Now, again, there's my cell number. I can't believe he gives you your cell number. Well, the reason I do is because if you want to get into contact with me, that's the best way to contact me. Okay? Again, it's not 1977. We all don't sit at home sitting by the phone. So that's why I give my cell number. I do give my email addresses. I don't even use that Bell South anymore. The TCTC comes to my phone, and I'll show you that handout, so you can fix your phone or your TCTC account to forward to your phone if you want to. I would highly suggest that. That way you won't show up to my class while we're at El Herrero's and you show up to my class and nobody's sitting here. Okay? That's a joke. Somebody will go tell my boss that I told y'all to go to El Herrero's. Okay, so we're not going to do that. All right? But that's why I do that. I even give you directions to my office for those of you that... Now, I cover several excuses here. When are you in your office? You're going to get that by the end of the week. How do I contact you? And where is your office? So, now, I'm fixing to tell you my pet peeve. I hate to repeat myself. Okay? So when I tell you all this information and I give it to you, I want you to read it. and I want you to heed it, and I want you to put it in your notebook. Don't walk up to me from this day forward. Don't walk up to me and ask me, where is your office? When are you in your office? And how do I get in contact with you? Because I'll look at you and say, I have no earthly idea. Because I'm not going to repeat myself, because you're too lazy to read. And that's the big thing. Now, I am used to teaching in the daytime. All right, let's get this straight. Y'all are not daytime students, because I've taught at night, and I know the nighttime students. Y'all don't have to be talked to like, I don't have to throw out the same rules that I do in the daytime with the teeny boppers, okay? So take some of my stuff and say, he teaches during the day, he has migraines, you know, he has to drink when he goes home, you know, just remember that. I teach during the day. So a lot of this stuff, water off a duck's back, you already do it because you're already good students, because you're night students, and that means you're trying to better yourself even more than because mom and daddy pulling by the ear during the day, throwing you in the classroom. All right, so I do recognize that, and take some of the stuff I say with a grain of salt. But make sure you don't ask me the same questions over and over and over. All right. What's the second reason I do this? Well, I believe in a very comfortable learning environment. Okay, why? Well, some of you have had college classes to where you walk out the door and 2 or 3 weeks later somebody says, oh, who do you have for blah, blah, blah? I have no idea who he is. You ever had that happen? That is a lack of communication between the teacher and the student, or the student and the teacher. Okay, I don't know. You might have been hung over and sleeping while they went over it, or they didn't tell you. But that does not set up a good environment. I try to set up a good, interactive, comfortable environment. And I have no idea what my professors say, but I know what my students come back to take me for another class. He's taking calculus and he's taking this class. Okay, so you know, I try to do that because I try to treat students the way I want to be treated, and I do that fairly well. I'll give you another little bit of information. I've been teaching for over 23 years. Does anybody want to have any idea? Does anybody want to take a guess? Except for you, because you've heard this. How many students I've had problems with disciplinary-wise? Anybody want to take a guess?
2.
Very close. Have you heard that?
No.
3.
Wow.
22 years, I've only had 3 disciplinary problems. They almost had something in common, but the third one kind of blew the commonality away. First 2 were guys, okay? The last one was a witch, okay? Okay, I'm being nice, okay? And I want to ask you something, and some of y'all are parents, okay? Have you ever had your children be into their phone or be into a game or be into TV or whatever, and you're telling them, okay, we're leaving in 5 minutes. We're leaving in 5 minutes, and, you know, time to go, and they go, I didn't hear you, huh? Okay, well, this person was watching YouTube or whatever on her laptop, okay? This was 2 or 3 semesters ago. And every time I would throw a problem on the board, 5 minutes after I finished, she would say, 5 seconds after I finished, she would say, and why did you do that? Okay, about the 3rd problem, I got irritated. And because I knew I done walked around and looked and see what she did. She didn't have enough sense to know that I was looking to see what she was doing. She was watching YouTube and Facebook and everything else, you know. So the 3rd time, I kind of blew it. I didn't blow it. I said, well, if you quit playing on your computer, you would know what to do. And then she called me an ass, and then I told her to leave. Okay? I don't think I was being an ass. But anyway, she never did come back, so I guess she dropped the class. I don't know. But the whole point is, I treat students the way I want to be treated, and I've only had 3 problems in 22 plus years. I think 23 years. I don't keep up with it very well. But I don't think I'll have a problem in here because, again, most of y'all are female. I only have 2 guys, and I know one of them, so you're going to fail. You don't have a chance. 2 or 3 guys. I see 2. I think I see 2. Okay? I don't count you. Okay? Because I've already had you. So there's 3 guys, 2 or 3 guys. And the whole point is, I don't think I'll have a problem. So I do this because I'm born and raised in Anderson. I've been out of Anderson one time in my life. That was when I was in the Marine Corps. Bonus question, ding, ding. Okay, that's a bonus question. Even though somebody will get it wrong. And then I was out of Anderson for 8-10 years. That's why I think everybody, when they get out of high school, should join the military, Peace Corps, Red Cross, missionary field. Spend at least a year away from the United States. By God, when you get back, you'll kiss the ground you walk on. Okay? And I might want to go to Ireland one day. Might want to go to Australia. Now, I could live in Australia. They got a prime minister there that, dadgum, I like that prime minister down there. I think it's a she, isn't it? She don't take no junk off nobody. I like that. But anyway, those are the only two places I think I want to go. And that place that they advertise on TV with the blue water and the little cabins that are on top of the water, sandals. I think I want to go down there for a couple of weeks. But other than that, you can have it. But anyway, I did serve there, and that's the only time. But the reason I tell you this is because I did graduate from Tri-County Tech. I did go to Clemson. Okay? You can't say it with a P, because if you say it with a P, you're a dumb racist Southerner. You have to say Clemson. Okay? Y'all ever heard those ESPN people? Clemson. We're in Clemson, South Carolina. That's like Powdersville. Okay? Where do you live? I live in Williamston. Where the hell is Williamston? Y'all know what I'm talking about, don't you? Stir and Albert. Okay? The best one is where my mama's from. My mama's from Belton. Okay? There is no T in Belton. There is no T. But somebody's not from around here. Where do you live? I live in Belton. Same thing. All right? Clemson is with a P. All right? If you don't like it, leave. All right? Because you sound weird saying Clemson. Anyway, I thought that's funny. But anyway, that's for y'all to read. It's not detrimental. But there's 2 bonus questions that come from this. I pull bonus questions because it's something they told us to do a long time ago. You may have other teachers that do it as a quiz. You may have some teachers that put it on homework. You may have some teachers that just gaffed off what they said do and didn't do it at all. But I still do it because it's bonus questions, and it gives you bonus questions. You get bonus points on the test, even though I have people missing. Okay? So that's that. Hubert's courtesies. Number 1 courtesy is I treat people the way I want to be treated. I didn't write that. I think most of y'all know where that comes from, but I'm not going to say it because somebody will be offended, so I'm not going to say it. But anyway, there it is. Number 1 is I treat students the way I want to be treated. Okay? And I remember how it is to be in that chair. Even though I'm old as dirt, I still remember. And I hate the teachers that I hated is what motivated me to be a teacher. Okay, even though I was in engineering for years, okay, I didn't want engineering. I wanted to be a teacher, and I found that out. And luckily, I was blessed to be able to find my niche. A lot of people don't find their niche. They hate their life, they hate their job, but I don't do that, okay, because I was blessed enough to find my niche, and my niche was teaching. Because I'm going to tell you something, a teacher makes a difference. If you live beside a TV station, if you don't have an antenna, you get snow on the daggum TV, right? You do, if you ain't tried it, especially some of y'all. Some of y'all don't know that because y'all didn't grow up turning the antenna, did you? You didn't grow up putting aluminum foil on the antenna, did you? Some of y'all did, all right? You turn that antenna, you get better reception, right? But now you have these flat pieces. If you don't have direct or whatever, you got these flat things. My mama's got one because she won't get direct. And I have to go around and turn it so she can get channel 13 or whatever. But my whole point is, if you don't have a teacher to explain things to you, you're SOL. And I will not be that teacher. Now, if you're one of these students that like to talk about math 120% of the time, you need to go ahead and drop me and take some Math Geek, okay? Because I don't talk about math 120%. I talk about math 80% of the time, Okay? Now, the first part of class, there's no telling what I'm going to talk about. All right. So I treat students the way I want to be treated. I have a cell phone. It goes off. I put it on vibrate before y'all showed up. Okay? The way I do it, I have 3 numbers in here. My mother, my sister, and my son. When they call, and it's during, well, my son's not going to call. It's going to be Robert Anderson Middle School, and then we have a bigger problem. Okay? But when they call, I'll say, excuse me, I need to take this, and I'll go outside and I'll answer it, or I'll text. If I do that to y'all, then what do you need to do to me?
The same.
Same thing. Now, a lot of people say, well, why are you so anal about that? Well, and why are teachers? Well, let me ask you a question. Let's say you had a question, and it has 5 parts to it, and it's a lot of explaining, and you need to come up here and find out what you're doing wrong. And while you're up here asking me the question, I start texting on my phone. What would you do? Some of y'all would say, excuse me, because I got a lot of females in here. Y'all wouldn't sit up here and go, okay, he's on his phone. You would go, excuse me. Why would you say that? Because I'm being what? I'm being rude. And what's the difference in you doing that to me and me doing that to you? What's the difference? There is none. So please don't use your phone while I'm teaching. Now, while I'm talking about all kind of junk, you use your phone, do whatever. Okay. Same thing with laptops. Now, let me talk about laptops, because up until last semester, I was letting people use laptops, but somebody had to screw it up. Number 1 universal rule in life: there's always what? There's always one. This person would sit in my class, never say a word, with earplugs in his ears, thinking that I would think he was doing homework. Okay? I got several degrees, and I've been on a farm all my life. I'm not stupid. Okay? And when you think that I'm stupid and you treat me like I'm stupid, that's going to irritate me. Now, again, I probably don't have to worry about that in here, but we'll see how it goes. I'll be lenient with y'all on the laptops, okay? Till somebody messes it up for the whole group, okay? But if you need to use your laptop I never could take notes with a laptop. I tried it several times, and it just didn't work, okay? So I would prefer, now, can you come in while I'm talking about all kinds of stuff and everybody's coming in and use it? Yeah, bring your laptop, have it in your book bag, use it before class, use it after class, I don't care. Same thing with your phone. If you have to answer your phone, and most of you are parents, most of you have parents that need help, most of you have brothers and sisters that go out in the hallway, talk to them, text them, whatever you need to do. You don't have to ask. You don't have to ask me to go to the restroom. You don't have to ask me to leave. You don't have to do anything. Now, if you leave and never come back, I would appreciate you telling me why, if I made you mad but, if you tell me you got to leave halfway through, just come before class and say, look, I don't want you to think I'm mad at you, but I got to leave halfway through class. That's fine. You don't have to, please. I don't want y'all to take this the same way, the wrong way, but I don't need to know that your dog's sick, your cat died, kids are DSS. I don't need to know all that, okay? Just tell me you have to leave, all right? Because some of y'all like to tell everything, okay? Now that takes care of number 1, number 2, and number 3. Not online class. The reason I do what I do is for those 10 to 12 days that I don't have to do a bunch of busy work, that I don't have to give you a test. You have to take the test. I go home and I grade the test. I come back and I give you the test and we go over it. That's wasting time, okay? So I give you that to do at home. And you do the homework at home, you do the test at home on the computer. That gives me 10 to 12 days that I can be teaching, okay? It's a very difficult concept. A teacher doing what? Teaching. A teacher doing teaching. Wow. That's a concept. Now it's a teacher and being a glorified babysitter, okay? Or a coach to a test. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all that's been in high school, a teacher does not teach anymore. A teacher jumps through hoops and does this and does this and does this. No, I'm not going to do it. I'll quit before I do that, because that's not what a teacher's supposed to do. Okay, attendance policy. All right, this is where we get into the videos as well as the Skype, okay? I can give you, now some of y'all are going to need this because some of y'all have jobs, some of you have families, because you're going at night. So I use Skype. I'm using it right now. I'm recording this class. Okay, I hope it's recording. Did I hit record? If I didn't, I bet I didn't. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did, because I need to do it for this morning's class, because this morning's Math 120, it didn't work. Okay, so I'm gonna put this, and I'll show you that. But anyway, let's go to Skype and I'll show you. Before you, let's show you how to get Skype. Okay, all of you have 7 free downloads of Office 365. I bet you didn't know that, did you? Not a lot of people know that. Posters. They didn't put it on a poster for you. Okay, because they don't think, some people on this campus don't think technology is a very good idea or whatever. So they don't tell you. You can go to Office Portal as a Tri-County Tech student. Click on Office Portal. That's what you pull up. There it is, Office Portal. You click on that first one, Office 365. You type in, you hit sign in. You type in H. McClure, don't type in mine, but type in yours at, somebody will, the EDU, okay? So you would type in ksmith3@tctc.edu and hit next, hit work or school account, and hit yes. And the next button you'll hit is install. And you can install that on your computer, your desktop, your laptop, your phone, your tablet, or whatever. This includes Skype for Business. Now, Skype for Business is a teleconferencing tool. Skype is not teleconferencing. Skype is like one-on-one, like a phone call, okay? So just get Skype out of your brain, because that's not going to work. Skype for Business will let you come into class and see what I'm presenting on this board here at your desktop or wherever you are in case of emergency. And some of you might have emergencies because you got kids, you got parents, you got brothers and sisters, you know, and you have work or something like that. Now, I would like for it to be for emergencies, okay? Now, what if you have second shift this week? Then you can Skype in and Skype in from work if you can, okay? If you can't, then you go to the YouTube and you type in Hubert McClure and you click on the pink shirt, okay? And when you type in the pink shirt, you go down to library or created playlist. Sometimes it says playlist, sometimes it says library. And there is all my classes for the last 6 years. I've been teaching in video. I started with a video camera on a tripod, and I just shoot it at the screen. And I did that for years. I think I did that for like 2 years, these first ones right here. And then they got me the software to actually screen record what's on my monitor right here. So that's what I do now. So when you go and click on, let's say here's Math 130, that's your class this morning. Okay, I'm going to mute it because I'm not going to hear myself talk. Ah! Okay, there it is. And see, it goes through, and I'll go through and I'll fast forward it, and you can make it bigger. And you can go down here and hit, and see, there, I'm going through the locator card. And see, yours will be up tonight. After class, I'll download it on YouTube. And it'll be called Math 120 PM 2018-20. You'll see it in just a minute. But so I'm going through that. I do this with all my classes. You can actually go and find 120 from last semester, and it'll follow the same routine. Maybe different numbers, maybe different things that I've said, or whatever the case may be. But that's basically same thing, but you don't need to go to the 130 class. If you miss a day, you're going to go to the one. Okay, I'm trying to get out of this thing. Hold on. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. All right. If you want to, yours is going to be called, look just like this. This is my AM 120. yours will be called Math 120 PM. And it'll have 2018-20, that's the semester in the year. Okay, so whatever we do tomorrow night, I'll record and put on there. So now I can't give you a present, okay, on your attendance for doing that, but at least you can get what you miss, okay? I can give you a present or, attendance for, Skyping in, and I'll show you how to do that once you download it, okay? I will give you credit for that, okay? And I'm not a big deal with attendance. Y'all working, y'all have families. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, Mr. Poor, he's missed 2 days. He missed one more day, I can drop him. I don't drop anybody, okay? The only person that can drop you is who? You, or the police department, or the courts, or DSS, or whoever, okay? Okay, DSS is a joke, okay? It's a joke with me and my son, okay? All right, when we're drinking beer together at night, okay? When I'm beating him upside the head, all right? All right, so that's a joke. All right, so that's yours will be called Math 120, blah, blah, blah. Let's go back to the handouts. Here is your tentative schedule. I'm not going to pull up the syllabus because half the people, when you read the syllabus, you can't understand it because it's written for people in Columbia. So you can't understand it. So you can read it if you want to. I can't make out half the words. But this is the most important, the tentative schedule. It is the most important piece of paper in the handouts. Okay? There it is. Make sure, if you don't print out anything, print this out. And ignore the week 1, 2, and 3 because I don't go by schedules. I color outside the lines. I'm pepper and chocolate, and I do not color outside the lines, okay? So make sure you erase that 1, 2, and 3. I don't do that. But look at the sections. Unit 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, no 1.6, so I go to 2.1. Now, there's 3 reasons for you to have this sheet. 1 is to know what I'm going to cover the next time we meet. Boom. 2, for the videos that are online, okay? And the third reason is basically if you're going to print out your book instead of my book, you're going to need this outline because you don't want to print out 1.7 and 1.8, 1.6, 1.7, and 1.8. Why? Because we don't cover 1.6, 1.7, and 1.8. We only covered a 1.5. I know y'all can't see it. I'm going to blow it up a little bit for you. Okay. All right, so there's unit 1 right there. So we cover 1.5. Then we go to 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. See, if you have your outline, you don't print out 2.4 and 2.5 out of the book. And 3.1, 3.2, 3.4, and 3.5. Okay, we skip 3.3, so you don't print out 3.3. This is kind of like the Bible. I said the word, I'm sorry. The Bible, this is your Bible for the class. All right? So you need to print this out, and I tell people to put it on the inside pocket of your notebook, or put it, if you got that lamination on the outside of your notebook, slide it in the front so it'll stay protected and you can see it, especially. Now, what about missing class? Well, if I go over 1.1 tonight, and I go over 1.2 and 1.3 Thursday night, then what do you think I'm going to go over Tuesday night of next week? 1.4. So if you miss Tuesday night, you can say, well, I bet he went over 1.4, but I'm going to watch the video and see what he covers, because he might have covered 1.5. That's how you're supposed to use videos and outline. Now, I have to spend a lot of time explaining this during the morning classes. I don't think I have to do that here, all right, because y'all can put 2 and 2 together, outline, videos. If I'm absent, okay, I can figure this out. I have to really draw a picture to some of the people, don't I, Mr. Fuller? I have to really draw a picture because they don't understand the concept of recording classes, okay? All right, so now let me go ahead and tell you a secret. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 is about 80% reading. So you can go ahead and start on that tonight when you go home. Okay? Now, we're not going to get into math probably until, we're not going to start getting into the 120 stuff till probably next week, because I got to go over Math Labs Plus Thursday night with y'all, so y'all know what to do on that, because I don't know how many of you have had it and how many haven't. So I'm going to go over Math Labs Plus and how I do things with that, but that's Thursday. Okay? But you can go home tonight after I talk about the book. Let me see what time it is, because some of y'all might explode. Okay, it's good. We're good. All right. Some of y'all can go home and read tonight. Some of y'all read it in 1 minute. It'll take me 6 weeks to read that. I read a comic book and I fall asleep. Okay? If it wasn't for Audible in my gym, oh my gosh, I wouldn't read anything. Because I'm one of those people that if I read more than a paragraph, I fall asleep. Anybody like that? Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is, but I can lay there and I can sit there. I'll sit there and I'll fall asleep sitting up because I don't know what it is about reading. Even if I'm interested in the book, I fall asleep. I don't know what it is. But anyway, some of y'all can read like War and Peace in 2 days, okay? So y'all can knock this out in a few minutes, all right? But it'd take me a week and a half to read all that. 80% of your test in Unit 1 is going to come from Chapter 3. So let's see, 80% is coming from Chapter 3, so that means 20% is coming from the reading. Okay, this is a math class, it's not history. So the reading is not going to be that much, all right? It's going to be a lot of vocabulary words, what's the difference in this and that, you know, that kind of stuff. So make sure you start reading that. You can start the homework whenever you get on My Labs Plus. It's not a big deal, because I'm not going to start on any of that until Tuesday of next week probably. And when I go through chapters 1 and 2, I go in and hit the highlights, and I tell you need to know this. This is stupid. You need to know this. You need to know this. And you highlight it. That's what I do in the reading. So I go over it probably the first 2 days, which will be next Tuesday and next Thursday. I'll probably go through chapter 1 and 2. Okay? Chapter 3, we'll be on it for about a week. Because a lot of it you know, because you know how to find the average of your test grades. You add them up and divide by. A lot of you know that, but you don't know how to find the median, or you don't know how to find the mode, or you don't know how to find the standard deviation. So we're going to spend a lot of time on that, what you don't know. Okay? And if you know it all, then you can write a book. Okay? All right, so that's that. So number 1, most important sheet is right there. So make sure you run 2 or 3 copies of it. I'm just kidding. Make sure it's in a prominent place in your notebook, so you won't be asking me. Oh, and this is always at least 2 or 3, no, at least 5 times during the semester. I will get somebody to email me or text me, and they'll say, and I just finished 2.3. Okay, I just finished 2.3, and I'll get somebody text me the next, like today's Tuesday, so they'll text me Wednesday, and they'll say, Hubert, I'm not going to be there, blah, 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 blah. Can you tell me what we're going to go over tomorrow night? Or I missed Thursday night's class. Can you tell me what we went over? Mr. Poor, do I reply? Nope. Why do I not reply? Because it's in front of you. It's the outline, and you got the videos. Again, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that in here, because most of y'all know how to spell mom backwards. Most of you know if I miss something, hey, I can go to his videos and see what we missed. Most of y'all know that. Okay? So make sure y'all start reading chapters 1 and chapter 2. Make sure you get started on that as soon as possible, but you don't have to start on it tonight. Some of you hammies, y'all know Hammy the squirrel? What's that cartoon about those animals going through the hedge? What's it called? Oh, you know the squirrel that jumps around, you know, like this all the time? That's some of y'all. When's test due? When's test due? When's homework due? Y'all will walk out of here. Before y'all walk out of here, and you're going to ask me, when do you think the first test's going to be? And I'm going to look at you and go, I have no idea. So anyway, don't ask me that. When we get, let me tell you a little secret. When we get to 3.5, that's when you're going to have to start worrying about a test, because it's right before the what? Mr. Poor, am I kidding? Mr. Poor can verify. During the day, I have to tell people this stuff. It's awful. They want to have a revolution, but they can't even start a lawnmower. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. I'll shut up. All right. Let's go and get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I'm not going to go through all that. Y'all can read that. I just want to cover the top things. Okay, here is My Labs Plus. I've already showed you how to get to My Labs Plus, so I'm not going to go through that one. You just go through, and then I gave you the website, so you can read that if you want to, but I don't think you have any trouble. If you have any trouble, come to me and tell me what the trouble is, and I'll tell you where to go, okay? Not where to go, but I'll tell you where to get the help, all right? So we'll go from there. And here is the last one I want to talk about, and that's YouTube. And there we go. YouTube, and I've told you how to go to YouTube. I've showed you that, so I've already covered that. What do you want to do? If you want to Skype in the class, how do you do it? Well, you read the directions right there. You go ahead. Now, do not, this is what you do not do. And again, I'm talking about day classes. This is what they'll do. I need to Skype into class today. They've called me like 2 minutes before class. I said, okay, have you got Skype for Business downloaded? No. And I'll say, well, you need to do that first, and text me back, how you do that? Click, I hang up. Why? Because I'm a bastard, right? No, because I've already told you how to do it. You just got to I'm not kidding you. The two things that I've noticed in the last 5 years teaching at Tri-County Technical College is that high schools have put out people that know everything. They are putting out more and more students that know not a lot, but know what? Okay? And then the number two thing is they know everything and they do not what? They just ask. They don't read, they just ask. You know, when's test due? When's test due? Don't look at the outline and see review for test after 3.5. We're on 2.2. Okay, we have outline. We meet every other day. Okay, 2 days a week. There's 8 sections. So probably about 3 to 4 weeks we'll probably have a test. It blows my mind. So read the directions. It says, make sure you do not load Skype 2 minutes before you call me or try to load it because it's not going to work. What is Murphy's Law? Anybody know it? Oh, y'all all gonna fail. Y'all all gonna fail. No, I'm gonna give you a compliment. That's Isaac's. That's Newton's law. That's Isaac Newton's law. That's good. I like that. You know that. But what is Murphy's law? It will. And when will it go wrong? When you're trying to do stuff in the last minute. How many of you have ever turned in an essay and your printer blows up? And you got to turn it in 5 minutes. Murphy's law will always hit when you're in a hurry. Okay? How many of you have been in a hurry before trying to get your son and daughter to class and you get behind the little blue-haired ladies club? And they're going 25 miles an hour on a 55-mile-an-hour road. Okay? Murphy's law. So if you call me up, if you text me and it's 5:35 and you say, Hubert, I need to Skype in. Okay, I'll text me, oh, I need to load it. I said, okay, I'll see you Thursday. Because I'm going to hang up. I'm sorry. You got to understand what I'm dealing with every day, okay? I'm dealing with people that should not procreate and have driver's licenses, okay? All right, so how do you do it? You call me up or you text. The best thing to do is text. You text. You say, Hubert, I'm in Math 1:20 p.m. We'll call this 1:20 p.m., okay? Because I've got a 1:20 a.m. This is 1:20 p.m. I'm in 1:20 p.m. Want to Skype in. And give me your first name, middle initial, and last name, okay? Because I'll have to invite you into the meeting. Because it basically is meetings, okay? And I'm going to bring you in. That's it. You sit there and wait until I bring you in. Usually, it takes me 4 to 5 minutes. But the good thing is about this class is I'm here pretty much all day. So it's very rare I'm not going to be here at 5:40 on time. Because I'm like sitting downstairs, sitting in my office, doing whatever. So most of the time, unless my son makes me late, which he does all the time. Anyway, so he's listening. I said, I knew you were listening. He acting like he's listening. He's playing like my father used to. He played possum. He sits back there and he puts the earphones on, but he's leaving crack so he can hear everything I say. Men are bad about that, okay? Men will act like they're on the couch sleeping, and they're listening to every word you're saying. Okay? Women don't have to do that. They just slap you. All right. Anyway, that's how you do it. Registering on My Labs. Okay, so far I've covered a lot of stuff. Okay, what do you have questions on so far? And I'll tell you if it's relevant or not. Nobody has any questions. I've covered this stuff so well. Okay, there's several things I want you to write down to do before Thursday. Okay, number one, because I'm fixing to show you one of these things. Number one, I want you to get onto Blackboard and hit the little link and get on to My Labs Plus. Okay, I do not use Blackboard. I think that's number 6, isn't it? Okay, so get that done, get that out of the way. Then afterwards you can go through the website and log in that way. Okay, save it on your desktop so that way you can double click on it and boom, you're up. Get that done. All right. The second thing you want to do is you want to make sure you can get all your supplies. Okay, what do you need in my class? Notebook paper, a pencil, colored pencils or highlighters. That's it. This is a statistics class. It's not an algebra or calculus class, so you don't need a lot of graphing equipment. You don't need a lot of this, that, and this, that. TI-83 or better? Yes, we're going to use that, but we're not going to use it to add 2 plus 4. We're going to use it to do the area under a curve, non-calculus wise, but we can throw some calculus in there if you want me to. Okay, but we're going to find the area under the curve with the inverse norm function. We're going to do the statistical functions. We're going to do that. So save you a lot of time. Okay, I'm a firm believer of technology, but I do not believe you should be that cashier at the Walmart that doesn't know how to make change. Okay, you got to use your brain, and it's, when you do that, I do that on purpose because that person should not be running a cash register. If you can't make change, you should not be on a cash register. But anyway, that's why I'm not in retail, because I would be sued. I would be sued and put in jail if I was in retail. That is one thing I could not do. Okay, so if you're in retail, I respect you because there is no way I could do it. There's 2 things in the world I could not be. One of them I told you in retail. Anybody know what the other one is? A policeman. Because I just shoot your ass. I'm serious. If you were stealing something from somebody, if I saw you grab a woman's purse and you run down, I shoot you in the leg. Okay? So I do not need to be a policeman. I don't see how they do it. You ever watch Live PD? I would kill every one of them. No, I would not kill every one of them because I don't believe in that. I would shoot every one of them. That's just ridiculous. Okay. The third thing you need to do is you need to understand what kind of book you want to use in this class. What is he talking about? Well, when you go to My Labs Plus, you're going to go, let's see if I can pull it. Do I have it up? Is that up there? Here's your class. It says Math 120, 540, Tuesday and Thursday. Go down here and you hit e-text. And you can print out your book by sections. Now, a lot of people do this for a good reason. I'm going to use Mr. Poor. Mr. Poor as an example because he's in business and he's taking my calculus class and he's going to take a business statistics class when he gets to Clemson or wherever he goes. Okay? So he's going to be using a lot of terminology out of this class in that business stat class. So it would benefit him to get one of those, get 4 of those little folders that have the little 3 little things you bend down, okay, and print out the book so that way he only uses those 4 folders when he gets to that business class. If you are going to take another class, or my 103, my 103 that I teach, it's the same 2 first units in this class. So you're really taking this class over. So if you need to take a good class, 103, I teach it every semester. Get it. Maybe I can teach it on Tuesday and Thursday so I won't have to teach it Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Teach it in the afternoon or night. Okay, anyway, you can print it out. You go to here, you hit e-text. You find the section you want. This is where the outline comes in. You pull up 1.1, and hopefully it comes up. Hopefully we're waiting. It says pop-ups are blocked again. Okay, you're going to have to watch for that. There it is. Okay. And I'm going to pull it. So here's the little dictionary, not dictionary. What's it called? Table of contents. Right here. I need to pull up 1 point. Somebody look on your outline. How many sections in chapter 1 I need to pull up? 1.1, so I hit 1.1 through 1.5. Look, there's 1.6. I don't do that one because I don't have it on my outline. Okay, so I do 1.1 and then go up to the handy dandy print machine up here and print. Okay, take your 3-hole puncher, put 3 holes in it, do it front and back, put it in you. Now, do you need a book in here? No, everybody has the book, it's online. So, beg, borrow, steal, share, use old book. I don't care what you bring to class. The math hasn't changed in 3,000 years, okay? It's not going to change. You can use an old book, you can use a new book, you can use a shared book, you can use a stolen book, whatever you want to do. You don't have to bring a book at all, okay? I don't care about a book, all right? And I hate to say that over and over and over, but some people are hung up on books. We have teachers that are hung up on books. Just teach the material, okay? All right, so number 1, you need to get onto My Labs Plus. Number 2, you need to figure out what kind of book you're going to use in this class, if you're going to use one at all. If you're going to print, start printing it out. You need to get your materials, what you want to bring to class. And then the 4th and final thing, you need to start reading chapter 1 and chapter 2. Well, what about, okay, Hammy. Okay, because somebody's going to say, well, I need to start doing the homework. You don't need to start doing any homework until I start teaching. If I teach 1.1, you're responsible for what?
1.1 homework.
It's a miracle, isn't it?
It is.
If I go over 2 sections, 1.2 and 1.3, that means you need to work on 1.3. Do not go ahead of me because I do omit sections. If I get to where I had a bad day, if it's a refreshment day at Rose, and I say I don't want to go over this, we won't go over it. If I don't go over it, you're not what? You're not responsible for it, so you've done all that extra work for nothing. Okay? Do not go ahead of me. Now, I don't do that because of a power struggle. I don't do it. I do it because I don't want you working extra problems when you don't need to. Okay? All right. So you got 4 things to work on between now and Thursday. Now, what do you need to bring in Thursday? You bring in whatever you want to. I don't care what you bring to class. Okay, don't bring carbs in my class. No, I'm just kidding. Don't bring donuts. Do not bring donuts. I do bring y'all donuts though. I'll let y'all eat them, but I won't eat them. Did I bring y'all donuts last semester or cupcakes? Yeah, because I couldn't bring them to the other campuses, so I didn't bring them to y'all. I did bring them to my 120 last. I brought them cupcakes. They got mad at me. They revolted because I only had one guy in there, and he was like eating all of them. And then the women, they said, no, we're not eating no more of them. I was just trying to be nice. But anyway, anybody got questions for me? Nobody's got any questions. I covered this material so well that y'all don't have any questions.
So, let me make sure I have it right. So,
no,
4.
I don't want to answer anything. What?
Go through Blackboard first to get on My Labs Plus. Go through the shield thing.
Yeah.
And after that, you delete.
You don't have to delete it, just X out of it, and then go. The reason, now you can go ahead and work and print your stuff out if you want to while you're on it. I just don't want you to think that you have to go through Blackboard to get there. Okay. So that's why I gave you the website. So next week when you go on there, you can go to the website. So the initial Tri-County Tech wants everybody to go through it. I don't know why. I don't know why Tri-County does half the things they do. And I love Tri-County. It was my school. If it wasn't for Tri-County, I wouldn't have been to go to Clemens on. Okay? So, anybody got another question? That's a good question. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure to clarify that our tests are on Blackboard.
Yep. No, not on Blackboard. I don't use Blackboard.
I'm not Blackboard, but My Labs.
So you're going to fail now. Everything's on My Labs Plus. Just remember, I cannot stand to do paperwork. Just remember that. So everything's online. I give you a week to take the test. Oh, you want to know something funny? Here we go. We're going to tell you about the people that can't spell mom backwards. All right? I give you a week to take the test. 7 days. Everybody with me? You got 3 times to take it. It takes the highest of the 3. We're going to go over this Thursday. It takes the highest of the 3. And at the end of the semester, I give you a week to do stuff that you haven't done. I still have people fail.
Oh, wow.
Don't I?
Because they choose not to do it.
Because they are
Don't say.
lazy. It's called LAD. Y'all know what LAD is? And SAD and DAD. Y'all know what those are?
Yeah.
Lazy attitude disorder. I can't say, I offend people when I say mule and donkey. So I had to change it to attitude. Okay? There's DAD, which DAD is a double. It can be deadhead disorder or it can be dumb disorder. Okay? Now, dumb, what I mean? Well, just like what I'm telling you. I got 10 or 15 questions. Now, this is another thing I'm going to tell you, Wednesday. 10 to 15 of my questions on each of my tests, Mr. Poor, say this is right. 10 or 15 are all coming from dumb questions that students asked before. Like, when's the last day of class? You know, those kind of questions. I've got 10 or 15 dumb questions, and then I got questions that come from the syllabus. Every test has them on there. Every test. So you're talking, if I give you 30 questions or 35 questions, you're talking about 50 points is those bonus questions. Mr. Poor, do I have people make below a 50? 40s and 20s.
What?
Yeah. And all of them are 10 to 15 questions. If you ever meet somebody that's failed my class with less than a 50, move away from me very slowly. Because one of two things is going to rub off of you, stupid or lazy. Okay? Because people do not fail my class. Now, do I just give away grades? No. You have to earn your grades. I've seen people take my test 3 or 4 times. Okay? But what do each time they take the test? They get better and better. Repetition. Okay? Now, it takes the highest of the 3. I'm going to say that 2 or 3 times today. I'm going to say it 2 or 3 times Thursday. Takes the higher of the 3. Final exam, I give you 2 hours. I give you an hour and a half to take tests, but I'll go over all this Thursday. Okay? But to answer your question, everything is on My Labs Plus, not Blackboard. Don't email me or text me and say, I can't find my test on Blackboard. Somebody will. Somebody this semester, not this class. Somebody will. I'll get at least, I've got 120 students. I'll get probably 5 emails or texts. I can't find your test on Blackboard. Will I reply?
No.
Hell to the no. Okay, what was your question? And I'll get back to you.
It was just curiosity, and you'll probably cover it on Thursday, but like if our tests are online, so like as soon as we turn it in, is it automatically graded?
Get your grade just like that.
Perfect.
You have there's even something better. It's called Gradebook. You can actually see your grade.
I was wondering, because like if you haven't graded it yet, what if we don't know if we got a bad grade?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think about that.
instantaneous. Now see, you're telling me that you've never used My Labs Plus, haven't you?
I have, but like the grades don't actually, they use Blackboard.
Okay, yeah, that's-
They don't even really use.
Yeah, that's that poster mentality. Got to use Blackboard, even though this is what gets me. We have people using Blackboard, and My Labs Plus does the same thing. So they take the grades from, this is no joke, they take the grades from My Labs Plus, and they export them into Blackboard, so that Blackboard will give them the grade. Well, My Labs Plus will give you the grade too, but they think that don't ask. But yes. Any other questions? All right. Now what I'm going to do right now, while y'all thinking of any other questions y'all got, I'm going to take my handy dandy. Yeah. I'm going to take my handy dandy pen, and I'm going to put the day's date on here. And that is, what's today's date? 1/8. And I'm going to pass it around. Now listen to this. This is real difficult stuff here. You put a lowercase e under the date where your name is. Okay? So I'm going to put one down here at the bottom so y'all understand where to put it. And somebody's going to screw this up. Somebody's going to put an X or a check. All right. A lowercase e. It stands for enter. You entered today. All right, take that and pass it around. Anybody got another question?
For those who registered late, will you email us what?
Yes, send me after class and I'll send you the email that I sent in. I know you two, no, you and who else? Anybody else entered after Sunday? Okay. Your name will not be on that list, so put it on the bottom. Put your last name, first name, middle initial, and your T number if you don't mind. Okay, 2 people that added after. Who's got other questions? You had another question?
If we don't go by our first name, do you want us to recommend
No, I call you Mr. and Miss whatever. I use that for everybody. It's military. I can remember last names, but there's 3 or 4 Buffys and 2 or 3 Fifis, and I can't deal with that. So you're Miss Smith or Miss Jones, and you're Mr. Ford. That's the way I do things. Any other questions?
You are so much better than my last.
Who did you?
Our last teacher was awful.
What did you have? What math?
We had bilingual. You came and sat in our class one day.
I did the evaluation, yeah.
Yeah, I would.
So let me ask you this. How many people passed that class?
I think that we had a text group, that was only like
There
7.
was like 7 people. Either other people dropped out of it,
Or they
stopped
failed.
coming, or just failed it.
How many took the final exam out of 30? Because I know it was full,
Everybody came and took it,
but they, oh.
but
Let me tell you this, the passing rate on a scale from 1 to 10 on the difficulty of this class, 1 being very, very easy, 10 being very difficult. Anybody want to take a guess on what the index on this class is? 4. But I'm going to tell you something, there are some teachers that can lobotomize you with a 4. I'll tell you this one story. I taught Math 102 for years before I got my master's. And it was the college algebra course that it fit into, everybody was failing. Everybody. I mean, everybody, they would fail. And so what I did is I started teaching some of the 110 content in the 102. I didn't tell anybody, okay? Because I wanted to see what would happen to my students. This is no joke. I had students taking the same material. They made an A or B in my class. They would go to the 110 and they would fail it. It was all because of the teacher. They were learning, they knew the same material, they were teaching the same material, but the teacher would lobotomize them the first week, and they would have no idea where they were as far as, and that's what happens to a lot of, I'm not telling you I'm not going to lobotomize you. I don't know. But I teach it from a layman's perspective. Some of you don't know what a layman preacher is, okay, or a layman teacher. It's they take a bunch of complicated stuff and they turn it into real world words. Okay? That's what I do. And you know what? It works to turn, if you want to impress somebody, use big words. If you don't know how to impress, if you don't know how to use those big words, you'll look like a fool. Okay? But there's no sense in using big words in an introductory class where you're not probably, unless you take math or unless you go into another statistics course, you're never going to see this again. The reason you take this course is if you're presenting or if you're a presenter. Okay, if you're presenting something or somebody is presenting it to you, to know the difference between the population mean and the standard and the sample mean. That's what you're supposed to get out of this class. You're not going to teach mathematics for the rest of your life by taking this class. This is an introductory class. So in order to understand introductory material, you got to understand it from a layman's perspective and then build up to a non-layman's perspective. And that's the difference between a teacher and a professor. I'm a teacher. Okay? What? I'm a teacher. No, I'm a professor. You have to call me doctor. All about pride and ego on that. I wear pink shirts. I'm confident. Okay, who's got questions? All right, have you signed it? Get those 4 things done. I'll see y'all Thursday night. And I'm glad y'all got to see me. Now you warned me up here. You had this look that you didn't like what was going on. Okay, good. I'm good. I just want to. I read faces.
I woke up and I was like,
I gotta go to
I
class.
gotta get up and go.
Where do you go? Where do you work?
Life shorts, third shift.
Where?
Life shorts.
What did she say?
Life shorts.
Oh, Electrolux. Okay, yeah, that's right across from my farm.
Third shift.
In fact, First Quality and Michelin are right across from my farm. My farm is across 29 and over the creek. The way the crow flies, I'm right. I see Michelin and First Quality every night before I go to bed. the lights and everything. All right, let's get you that email sent.
I don't know what my T number is.
Okay, just put your last name on.
Okay.
You need to learn it.
No.
All right, here it is. Forward, and what is your email address?
B Carver 2.
B is in.
Yes.
Why didn't it come up? Okay, let me do Carver. It should pull you up because you're my student.
See, I've been on third for 7.5 years.
Okay, it must, okay, I don't know. BCARBER at
No, 2 before that.
B Carver 2?
Yes.
Okay, B Carver 2 at tctc.edu. And what's yours?
M Stoddard.
STODDARD? Any numbers?
No.
At tctc.edu. And I'm gonna hit send, and that should do it. Let me know, wait a minute. Said it was undeliverable. Hold on.
You been there how long?
M Stoddard, you must
That
have,
says not right.
yeah, you must have a number beside it or something.
I thought that was it. I'll have to look at it.
Hold on a minute, hold on, let me go here. Let me see if you're on here.
I was going to, but
There you are.
something that was available, I didn't want to work.
Am I good?
It did work.
I think so. I'll check
M
it.
Stoddard 1.
M Stada 1, so I'll go up here and change that. I think you probably got yours,
Okay.
but check it and let me know. If not, say Thursday. Can you check it? Okay, check it. See what you got. All right, I'm gonna take yours.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
And we
Well, I haven't had
will
a
go
good
down
instructor.
here.
I had one, but
Yeah.
I went to go back to try to find him again. I couldn't find him, so I went with somebody else.
Math
He
120.
wasn't that bad of an instructor. It was the lab
There
instructor
it
that
is.
wasn't working. He would
Okay,
take one
that's
thing
not
one
it.
week and he'd come back the next week and he'd change it, and then he'd go
Let me do
explain
this.
something. And
Math.
he's like, oh, you need to start your one. He literally told student that. So whenever we had a problem, we go to Beverly about it, and then we
There
go
it
back
is.
and ask him about it. and
Forward.
he's like, oh, well, I didn't say that.
MSTODDA at 1 at.
It's a big difference.
All right, check it when you get a chance and make sure you got it. Okay,
All right, thank you.
have a good one. See you Thursday.
Out of the 2 lecture teachers I've had, I really like 2 of them.
Yeah, it depends on who. I'm so glad I got in this class. It's so glad. I'm good at
I'm taking my time now because I just had that one class that called me back, so I was like, I'm just gonna take a break from it again, and I'm gonna say breathe, and then we'll try it again later. So, I've already been doing it this long, I'll go ahead and add 1 year to it.
Sometimes when the door closes, there's more openings, and then it's a reason to. Would you like us to call you?
Hubert, Hubert,
Okay.
that's what everybody calls me.
Have
All
a
right.
awesome evening. Thank you.
All right, see y'all later.
Ironically, I was listening to this Sunday night, Monday night, so I kind of was like.
Good. All right, we'll see you
I was being
Thursday.
a good kid, I was getting ahead.
I thought you were hating life in my class.
No, like, I have insomnia.
Okay.
I didn't get it till last year, and so I was debating on taking my medication this morning
Okay.
so I could sleep, and then I kind of woke up and realized what time it was. I was like, I need to kind of run a class, and I was like, everybody's over here laughing, people think so I'm like, there's the door now.
Okay. Well, I'll see you Thursday. And you might need to check in on that, make sure you download the Skype or whatever, because since you're working, you might need that. Okay? Skype for business. See ya.